It's Dog Bite Prevention Week. Let's talk about family-directed aggression. Family-directed aggression refers to aggressive behavior directed toward humans in the family. And there are a lot of different ways this might show up. We could see redirected aggression. This is when the dog is aroused by something else, they're distressed by something else, and their family member gets too close to them or is trying to restrain them, block them, and the dog redirects that into aggression onto the human. It is not a very thoughtful or intentional process. We could see aggression related to resource guarding. Resource guarding means the dog wants more space for their resource, or sometimes we see the dog is not actually in possession of the resource yet, and they want to have it. Resources can refer to anything the dog finds valuable: their personal space, a resting spot, a place where food used to be, food, toys, chews, treats, affection, their safe person, their vomit, a paperclip they found on the ground. Sometimes we see fear-based aggression toward members of the household. That doesn't mean that the person is being malicious. In fact, in a lot of cases, the target of the family-directed aggression is going out of their way to not be scary. Although not always, or sometimes we don't know how we're being scary, and there are things that we can adjust. It is a very challenging dance to live with a dog who is afraid of you and so behaves aggressively, which inherently will make you afraid of them. We might see what's called conflict aggression. Conflict is in the eye of the beholder. We tend to use this label to describe aggressive behavior that pops up when there is a perceived conflict. Like, we want the dog to get off the counter or go into their crate, and they do not want to do that. This is not because the dog is stubborn, and part of what we want to do certainly is uncover the function. Another way to think about this might be cases where the dog perceives threat from us in a less chronic, more acute situational contextual way. Sometimes we see family-directed aggression in response to a sensory experience. So, for example, the dog aggresses against the human family members when they sneeze or cough, or when they smell a certain way, or when they look a certain way. In up to 80% of cases involving aggression, according to the Mills meta-study in 2020, pain is involved. Most of the time it is indirectly involved, meaning it is reducing the dog's capacity for stress, decreasing their resilience to stress, increasing their sensitivity to certain stressors. So across all of these different types of family-directed aggression I've mentioned, it is more likely than not that pain is a contributing factor. Family-directed aggression can be one of the more emotionally challenging types of behavior cases. It does not mean that you are a bad pet guardian, and help is available from evidence-based professionals.